Do you remember a time when you tried really hard to show up like everyone else, just to fit in? I do. In fact, for a long time, I thought that was the only way to succeed. I grew up in a family of extroverts. My dad could walk into any room and instantly take command. My mom was a professional powerhouse who made confidence look effortless. So naturally, I followed their lead. Be social, be animated, be visible. That's what I thought leadership looked like. That's what I thought success required. The only problem? I didn't realize back then that I'm an introvert. And so, early in my career, I started setting a standard for myself that didn't actually align with who I was. I pushed myself to be on all the time, loud, energetic, involved in everything. But every morning, before stepping out the door, I felt a mental barrier, like I had to suit up in a version of myself that didn't quite fit. And every evening when I came home, I was completely drained. It felt like I was constantly burning through energy just to be visible. Whenever I had the chance, I'd escape to a quiet corner. I'd avoid the big group lunches and gravitate toward one-on-one conversations. And honestly, that's where I felt most like myself. But at the time, I saw that as a weakness, a limitation I had to overcome. Until something shifted. I was reading Dare to Lead by Brené Brown, and there was this section about authenticity, courage, and vulnerability in leadership. It stopped me in my tracks. For the first time, I realized that being my authentic self wasn't a liability, it was a strength. That being an introvert wasn't something to fix, it was something to understand and use. And that visibility doesn't have to come from noise, it can come from intentional presence. That changed everything for me. Because once I let go of the idea that I had to act like an extrovert to be seen, I started building visibility in ways that actually worked for me. Small, daily actions. Low energy, high impact, consistent, not performative. So today, if you're listening to this and you've ever felt like you're being overlooked or outshined because you don't take up space in the same way others do, know this. You don't have to be loud to be a leader. You don't need to perform. You just need to show up your way. Here are a few things I started doing that made a real difference. I speak early in meetings now, even if it's just a small comment or question. It helps me anchor my presence without needing to lead the whole conversation. I use written communication to share insights. Emails, recaps, quick Slack messages. They give me the space to be thoughtful and clear without draining my energy. I recognize others publicly. It helps build my leadership presence in a way that feels authentic, and it lifts the team in the process. And most importantly, I've reframed visibility. It's not about performance, it's about contribution. And that one shift, seeing visibility not as being on, but as being present, unlocked so much for me. So if you're navigating leadership as an introvert and you've been told to be louder, to show up bigger, to act more like someone else, I want you to know, you don't need a personality overhaul. You just need a strategy that honors who you are. And that's why I created CoachAIvy. It's your space to get support, clarity, and practical tools without pretending to be someone you're not. If this story resonated with you, I'd love to hear yours. Send me a message. Let's talk about how you lead, how you want to show up, and how we can build a path forward that fits you. Because quiet leadership isn't invisible. It's intentional, it's powerful, and it deserves to be seen. Let's make it visible. And you know what's the most beautiful twist to this story? Now I'm a parent. I have extroverted children, and I find myself smiling because today I celebrate their personalities fully. I embrace who they are while staying mindful of our differences. I don't want them to feel like they have to become someone else to succeed. Just like I finally gave myself permission to lead as me, I want them to grow up believing they're enough exactly as they are. That's what authentic leadership looks like, at work, at home, and everywhere in between.